Hey, what's up everybody? Andrew Mahone here. I'm going to be trying out Treynor Wolfe's Tapu Bulu Vikavolt deck that he was able to finish in the top 64 of the North American Intercontinental Championships with. This deck is a lot of fun to play. I really love just how once you set up your board position, it's just really self-sustainable and you could just keep streaming Tapu Bulu after Tapu Bulu. Treynor was able to take this deck to an awesome 7-2 finish during day one of Swiss. Unfortunately, Treynor didn't have the best day two, but still was able to show this deck's power and ability with that awesome top 64 finish. Just because you have 1,356 players, top 64 is pretty freaking good. So really excited that Treynor was able to have such a good accomplishment. Treynor and I both write for the website pokebeach.com, so I know Treynor that way. He's very accomplished, very good player. So congrats to him. Kudos to him. We're going to be checking out his list today just to see how this thing works. See what my opponent is playing here. See, done. Good to go. I start Tapu Koko, pretty much our ideal starter. Looks like we're in a mirror match situation. So, not going to lie, I have not spent a ton of time playing this mirror match, but it should be interesting. It's pretty much going to boil down to Tapu Bulu, one-hit knockouts, one-hit knockouts. Can either of us find a Hex Maniac? Can either of us find our choice bands, or not our choice bands, our Fury Belts to put on our Tapu Bulus? If we do find Fury Belts for our Tapu Bulus, can we then find the Field Blowers to remove the Fury Belts, and so on and so forth? So this is going to be a real back and forth matchup, and it should be really quick, just a matter of one-hit knockout after one-hit knockout. Now we are able to draw our Vikavolt there, which is super sweet, but I'm in a little bit of a weird position. I can Rare Candy into Vikavolt turn 2 here. If I Ultra Ball away my Field Blower and the Electric, then I have all the cards I need to just go in for a turn 2 one-hit knockout. Now that's very risky on my part, but my opponent might just end me again. So I think I'm just going to take that chance and hope it buffs out. Not every list is playing. Not every list is playing. What was I going to say? Not every list is playing Fighting Fury Belt. So I did take that risk by discarding the Field Blower there. So if my opponent does put Fighting Fury Belt down, then I won't have a way to knock them out. But I'm just going to sit here with this 3-card hand and just maybe my opponent ends me. If not, I got the one-hit knockout on their Tapu Bulu next turn. And we're just going to hope that that draws us cards. I mean, I'm just kind of going in, being a little aggressive here with that start. I could have done something more conservative like Ultra Balled for a Lele and then maybe end my hand away. But since these decks, they tend to play high counts of end, my opponent already played one end. Maybe my opponent will just end me again. I really want to set up here and get this turn 2 Nature's Judgment as quickly as possible. I mean, that's kind of turn 2 quickly as possible. Well, my opponent goes for the Lele here, and let's see what they grab. They're going to grab an N, like I said, and they're probably just going to end my hand away anyway. So it actually is going to kind of pay off that I was a little greedy there with that hand, because now I have the Tapu Bulu, I have the grass on it, and things are going to buff out. I get an awesome hand off of that, and wow, I have the Rare Candy, and I have the Vikavolt in hand. They are not going to get a knockout. I'm going to get the first knockout here, which is huge. I have a great free retreater in the active, so let's just go ahead and grab that Vikavolt. I don't need the Tapu Lele down. I think I'm just going to Field Blower their Floatstone, bump that off. Let's Ultra Ball away the Tapu Lele and this grass and the Lightning. Excuse me. We're going to go ahead and grab that Vikavolt. We got the Rare Candy in hand, so we're just going to evolve that Grubbin right up into Vikavolt. We got the Grass Energy, and so we have the knockout right here. I'm going to Strong Charge. Let's see. I'm going to Strong Charge. Going to throw a Grass and a Lightning. It's always a good idea to just kind of throw. We could throw the Grass onto this Vikavolt and a Lightning onto the Tapu Bulu, and then I'll just attach to the Grass to the Tapu Bulu for turn, and we can Sycamore. It's always a good idea to kind of throw an energy on Vikavolt if you can, just randomly, because that way you can you can then manually attach and then electro cannon out of nowhere. So if I get into a spot like next turn, because that grass energy is there, I can electro cannon. Had I not attached that grass there, I would have had to get another Vikavolt out in order to electro cannon. So just putting that grass there gives me a pretty good play. I'm gonna put a backup Tapu Bulu down. Now I'm looking at this hand. I want to get another Grubbin into play because that's kind of the weak part of my board position here. So if I get another Grubbin into play, I can then say next turn I'll probably be able to get another Vikavolt to play, especially if I could Tapu Lele for that teammates if my opponent is able to return the knockout. I don't think I mean, you never know. My opponent could turn the knockout right away, and then that way I can return the knockout as well because I got this Grubbin down. Going to charge up this Tapu Bulu, no problem. So let's go ahead and Nature's Judgment. We're going to discard the cards, do extra damage. And like I said, this matchup should escalate very quickly. It's going to go back and forth. My opponent's probably going to promote this Tapu Bulu and just take a resounding one-hit knockout right back. And now I have my Tapu Bulu on the bench, and then I'm going to take a knockout right back. So it's kind of going to be like who misses first. This is very reminiscent of old Blastoise mirrors. If anybody has been playing this game for a few years, Rain Dance Blastoise with Black Kyurem EX used to just be Black Ballista after Black Ballista. Now it's Nature's Judgment after Nature's Judgment. My opponent's ending me to 4 here, so let's hope we could draw out of it. And that's not the best draw. We don't have a supporter for next turn, but because of the energy recycler, we are going to be able to guarantee a knockout with this Tapu Bulu. If my opponent, oh wow, my opponent didn't even get the Vikavolt. So you can see here just the importance of a consistent list. My opponent has not been able to get Vikavolt into play, and now I am just going to be able to sweep this matchup, no problem. That is, let's see, we don't want a strong charge yet because we want to throw these energy in. So let's throw these energy in first. I'm going to throw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Throw those into the deck. We're going to be able to strong charge, grab a grass and a lightning, attach those to our active. And then luckily we were able to draw into a grass naturally, even though we don't have our supporter. I'm going to put that Fury Belt on the active just to give him some longevity. And we're going to go ahead and Nature's Judgment again. Take this one home, Tapu Bulu. Here we go. 190 damage, taking another swift one-hit knockout. And you can see my opponent just scoops up the game. I mean, there's pretty much nothing they're going to be able to do there. This deck, you can see how powerful it is. Just Nature's Judgment, 190 damage. Just turn after turn. I think that was what I got, a turn 2 Nature's Judgment and turn 3. So I'm taking a one-hit knockout on turn 2, taking another one-hit knockout on turn 3. I would have won that game in 4 turns. It was absolutely ridiculous. Tapu Bulu Vikavolt, extremely fun deck to play. Highly recommend it. These are cards that are going to be legal next format as well. So just a really cool deck, really cool archetype, and it's exciting to see another energy acceleration archetype like this come back into format. I find these decks really fun to play. So thank you all for checking out the gameplay video. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what kind of stuff you guys want to see on this channel. Thank you for checking it out. Take it easy.